Welcome back to House of Manners. Over the last couple of weeks, we began the journey of taking first steps toward the art of refinement, how to better ourselves. And while we're working behind the scenes to improve our body and improve our mind and spirit, it's also good to educate ourselves on gentleman culture. One of my favorite things that I love to participate in is the pairing of fine spirits and fine premium tobaccos, pipe tobaccos, and of course, premium cigars. Today's video, we're going to focus on how to pair your premium cigars with the fine wine and spirits of the world. Now remember, this is just House of Manners opinion. You may find things that you enjoy better, but for those of you that have no starting point, I'm hoping that this video will at least give you some good beginner tips. When it comes to premium cigars, you have to understand that there are different flavor profiles for cigars. There's mild to medium, and there's medium to full. And those full body cigars can be very rich and very bold. And sometimes those flavors can definitely either combat or actually pair well with certain wine and spirits. Today, we're gonna rank our top spirits from least favorite to favorite on what we enjoy the most when pairing with our cigars. Now, I personally enjoy a fine sipping tequila. In fact, there are many tequilas out there that are very, very enjoyable to drink and sip on neat. What I find though with tequila though is that the flavor profile and how tequila works, it doesn't really mesh well with a good premium cigar. What I find tequila also is just situational too. With tequila to me is a bold drink. It is something that is to be celebrated with movement. Maybe taking your wife out dancing, or maybe having a nice function on the beach. These are wonderful events to have with tequila. But to me, it contradicts the practice of cigar smoking. Cigar smoking to me is much more relaxing and much more of a thought-provoking event, whereas tequila to me is a beverage of movement. That's why I don't think this pairs well with cigars, and it's why it's my number 6. Now, I personally absolutely love red wine. Some of my favorites are Cabernet Sauvignon, a good Margaux, such as this one here, and of course Bordeaux from France are some of my absolute favorite wines out there. And they're absolutely delicious and pair amazingly with food. In fact, I think that the velvety, beautiful flavors of fruitiness that you get on wine a lot of times really meshes well with a wonderful steak meal or sitting down at a fine dining event. But I believe the acidity in wine sometimes actually combats the beauty of a premium cigar. Now, I've had many bottles of wine that I thought really went well with a cigar, but I've also had many bottles of wine that did not. And because of the inconsistency of that, that is why red wine is number 5 on my list. All right, number 4. Number 4 is probably gonna be the most controversial out there, and that's because it is loved by so many people, and there are so many people out there that believe this is probably, should be number 1, because it's probably the spirit that most people drink with cigars, especially here in America. And that, of course, is bourbon. Now, bourbon will always be my first love. I have a very large collection of bourbon, and I love bourbon. But bourbon to me, the profile of what it is, it's as if you're trying to get higher proof in order to get better flavor. Many of the bourbons that are coming out today that are considered some of the top bourbons in the world are usually very high proof. And I feel like that high proof of bourbon and the boldness of a cigar, again, they're constantly at odds with each other. Now, if it's all you know and it's all you've ever done is drink bourbon and smoke cigars, you may love it, and it may be a combination you continue to grow on. But I would challenge every bourbon drinker out there to step out of your comfort zone and experiment with other things. I'm really glad I did. I was into bourbon for a very, very long time, and it was due to some really good experts in other spirits and other fields that introduced me to some new things. And as I began to grow in those, I really found out that this is actually one of my least favorite things to pair with a cigar. And I think that you may find that as well. So for all you bourbon drinkers out there, step out of your comfort zone. I think you may find some things you like as well. All right, now we're getting into our top three. And now I believe we're kind of getting into those three spirits that really complement cigars very, very well. And number three on our list is a spirit that was produced and made mainly in the same area that cigars are made, which makes it pretty natural to complement with that. And I'm talking about aged rum. This El Dorado 21, when I was introduced to it, it is velvety. It is so red fruit forward, and that 21-year age has some beautiful oakiness on it. It pairs extremely well with a nice, bold, full-flavored cigar. The first time that I ever opened this bottle, I presented it to several of my friends who are actually into bourbon more than they are any other spirits, and they all agreed that this was actually one of the best pairings that they'd ever had with cigars. So if you're looking to change from bourbon to another spirit with your cigar, just to try something different, I would definitely recommend an aged dark rum. I guarantee you'll probably like it. Okay, now we're down to the top two. I'm real excited about this one because this was one that was introduced to me by a really good friend, and I probably would have never picked it up if it wasn't for him. And it's something that I think pairs extremely well with a cigar, and that is a French brandy, also known as Armagnac. Now, this Armagnac, also known as a French brandy, is kind of a cousin to cognac, and I would definitely have cognac on my list as well. I just currently don't have any bottles of cognac in my collection, but this is absolutely amazing. It's dark, it's rich, there's a lot of chocolatey notes on it, and there's also some red fruit and some just beautiful oakiness. That 25 years goes a long way when it comes to oak tannins. I mean, what can I say? It's very complex, it's developed, it's got a lot going on. And what's beautiful about Armagnacs, because no one is chasing those, you can find these pretty regularly. And not only that, you can get a 25-year under $100, which is quite amazing. But you're gonna get a lot of the similar things that you would with cognac with this, but I would definitely argue that this here is one of my absolute favorite things to pair with a cigar. Which brings us to number one. And if you hadn't already guessed what it was, and that's right, we're going with Scotch. Scotch to me is the perfect blend with any premium tobacco product there is, whether it be pipe tobacco or a premium cigar, for many, many reasons. First of all, the variety of flavors you get with Scotch because of the many regions that are out there, and because there's just so much offerings out there in this particular spirit. I think there's just a great plethora of pairing combos that you can have. The other thing about Scotch in a lot of cases is that most Scotch is very low proof, which I think that the boldness and sharpness and richness of a cigar really pairs well with low proof spirits. And when you have that combination, I think it really just sits well with your experience, especially for me personally. Scotch is one of my favorite things to drink, and it pairs extremely well when I have those nights I just want to sit outside and have a cigar and a nice pour of something beautiful. And I have found that Scotch to me will always be number one on my list when it comes to pairing with cigars. Now, what's your favorite pairing? Is it bourbon? Is it Scotch? Or maybe something out of the ordinary? Maybe it's even coffee. You tell me below. What is your favorite combination with a premium cigar? Would love to hear from you in the comments below. Don't forget to hit that like button and that subscribe button, and we will see you on the next video. Thank you. Peace.